Let's start it. Just checking real quick. Okay, yeah, we're on. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. This is another GMS live lesson. Got the elder Yatazach here, and I'm the brother Inah from GMS Dallas. So pretty much just wanted to go into, the topic of the lesson is, letting your light shine. And did you have any opening words to Quan before we get started?
Hey, Shalom. Yahabashim Shabbarakatham. Yeah, man. We're in the time now. We're in the time now to where the light is shining the brightest amongst the hopeful elect. You know what I'm saying? The preaching of this word, the preaching of this word has gone out so massively since the time of Elder Abba Bivens up until High Priest Ariah and King Masha and those great men down to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? The word has been pushed so heavily that you literally have seen the world change completely. You know what I'm
Con,
saying? And when the Lord prayed in John 17 for the disciples to bring forth that fruit that was going to all be on one accord, you starting to see that type of light shining. You see, you got the elites that's losing their mind, they moving and scrambling. You got the Christianity that's wetting the bed and losing on a massive scale, and pretty much all the heathen, you know.
con,
But this word is stirring up the spirits to bring on the end of this thing, man. So if you are blessed to have an understanding of this word, it's gonna shine in you whether you like it or not. You know
con,
what I'm saying? So now we in a time of embracing what's coming to us because we believe on this word. The things
con,
that we've been warned about are coming to pass, and we see it, and it's boosting us up. You know, you got it.
con. Well, we can start with that Isaiah 8 and 20. Um, like you mentioned, let me go ahead and put my screen up here. Okay. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. It says, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word," which is the words of Yahweh Shem Shai,
Mhm.
it is because there is no light in them. And that light represents wisdom, knowledge, understanding. That word in the Hebrew most likely is a war. Let me go into it. Let me see here. Okay, well, here we go. It's a different word. Shachar, okay, which means morning, day. Let's see here what the root word says. Seek early. Okay, to inquire early. To get up, to be early, to be up early at any task with the implication of earnestness. So this is interesting. So this word actually isn't the more popular, more commonly used word awar. The
Right.
word light is shachar, which means basically to seek early. You getting up and you see you foresee what's coming ahead, and you getting up and you preparing yourself. So basically foresight, basically. So that's spiritual right there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no foresight. You don't have the ability to see what's about to come, and that's a lot of these people, man. They're in darkness. You know,
Right.
that's your pop. Um, and then of course, LD, if you have any points or anything, I'm gonna just keep pulling
Yeah,
the precepts.
that's the thing. It's according to the law and the testimony, which
Mm-hmm.
is the word. The law, of course, you got the first five books of Moses, then you got the prophets, right? And that's all bringing forth the prophecy and the will of the heavenly Father, man. You see,
Mm-hmm.
all the prophets let their light shine.
Con,
Moses and Aaron's they light shone. You see, they were getting our people prepared for what's to come.
right.
You see that spirit of prophecy, that warlike energy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Con. Well, I got the next precept in Matthew 5, that you quoted. I can pull that real quick.
Come.
This is Matthew chapter 5, and I'll start at verse 14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Okay, so the light, of course, represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. To these other nations, we are the ones that are basically the pinnacle of how men ought to handle themselves in the earth. We are the nation of kings and priests. So these other nations are supposed to look to us and see and fear and reverence.
Where is
So
that? Where is that precept at? Where it talked about how the people didn't like the light because their deeds were evil.
oh yeah, that's well yeah, we can get that John chapter
You know what
3.
I'm saying? Because two things can happen to the light with the light with this light. You could either be attracted to it or you could be offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
The light. I would say sometimes the light is just what you need so you can see, and then sometimes the light is when it's so. I would say when you go from darkness to light, you got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And some people just can't adjust. They rather
Yeah.
stay in the dark.
Yeah, it hurts your eyes a little bit when you in darkness like a lot. Like or you cut the lights on in the middle of the night. You're
Right.
like, damn, you gotta rub your eyes. You're like, damn, hold on, your eyes gotta adjust.
Yeah,
When they adjust,
and
yeah,
some people can't get past that adjustment. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Some people rather turn the light off instead of adjusting their eyes to it.
kind,
Just turn it back off, man. Turn it off. Get all up under the cover and ball up. They just can't take it. You
kind,
know what I'm saying? Light offends them.
yeah,
You
kind.
see? And the light that we speaking of, which is the spiritual light, it offends people.
Mm,
But at the same time, the people that's attracted to the light is what's important.
kind.
You got it.
St. John chapter 3, verse 18, it says, "He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High."
That's what I'm saying. I would say 2/3 of our people tuck their head up under the cover and say, turn the light off, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then the elect, when that light came on, they knew it was time to get up and it was time to move.
Okay.
Two completely different spirits. You know what I'm saying? But it's of the same nation. But it's two completely different spirits. You notice how I left out everybody else?
Yep.
You got
Kind. Yep. Yep. The scriptures say that they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. So you got the elect and the 2/3.
there
Verse
you go.
19. Kind. Verse 19, it says, "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light."
You see that? They love darkness rather than light, man. And that's evident. That's evident. Look how this word offends people, man. Look how this word offends people, but I will say, look what it does to us. Look at the way we respond to being edified, and then look at the way everybody else responds to being edified. That, like I say, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, are shining their light very bright. You know what I'm saying? And it's a trickle down effect, because when you let your light shine, it shows that your fruit will remain. Did not the Lord pray for His fruit to remain? And it was gonna come through the preaching of the word, through the foolishness of preaching. You see, being made a fool for Hamashiach's sake is letting your light shine, telling the truth no matter what, striving for the truth unto death. That's what
Yep.
let your light shine means.
Yep.
As far as bringing this word out in truth and sincerity. Okay, you got it.
Kind. It says, "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil."
You see,
And
when you,
yeah,
Ezekiel 9:4, it says, "Go out and tell my people their transgressions. Go out and sign and cry for the people for the abominations that's done in the midst thereof." That's what we're doing. And then when we do that, what do they say? Y'all hate.
mm-hmm.
You see, when your deeds are evil, we hate. That's what we don't even know what your deeds are. We're not calling them out specifically. You know what I'm saying? But a hit dog gonna holler every time. So when somebody put out something that's inaccurate regarding the scriptures, and then we correct it, we hate it. You see? Yeah, it's two different Passovers. You got Hezekiah's Passover and you got Yahweh's Passover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one makes the most sense for today? That's all we saying. But we hate.
I mean, it's not
But
like it's not like it's
when
like it's a point.
when you let your light shine, you hate it, obviously, right? You got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it's not like we couldn't partake in the same things that the people of the world partake in, or even other Israelite camps that they're not really walking 100%, to the best of their ability. They're trying to make shortcuts. There's things that we could partake in too. We're not hating on it, but the scriptures say, well, actually, let me just pull it real quick about rebuking them sharply, because you have to have the light in order to be able to rebuke. Let me see here. Yeah, this is Titus chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision," talking about the Israelites that knew that they were Israelites, saying things that didn't pertain to salvation, teaching doctrines like Yahushua said, teaching doctrines, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men, and sound doctrines is the teachings of Yahushua. So if you're teaching the commandments of men, that's out of your own heart. And so it says, "Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake." So in order to be able to point that out, we have to be able to see what's right and wrong. That's part of having that light as well, is to be able to exhort, rebuke. Dropping down to verse 13, it says, actually verse 12, it says, one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, "The Cretians are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies." And it's the point right here. It says, "This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith." So that's the point of rebuking,
That's right. And the hopeful elect was brought in through rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know what you're doing wrong. You got to know what you're doing wrong before you can repent. You know what I'm saying? So it works all in tandem. You got it.
That was really the point. That was the point I wanted to make. I didn't want to get too far off of the topic. I know we were doing. Yeah, I know we're doing Matthew 5. So let's continue back on Matthew chapter 5. We read verse 14, so we can do verse 15. And then you can of course break it down as a coin. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you come into this truth, I would say you are compelled to teach. Even Paul mentioned that covered in the prophesy. You see, I would say the typical course, you're gonna be rebuked, you're gonna repent, you're gonna convert, you're gonna be healed. You know what I'm saying? And in that process, you're gonna start to study and come into the knowledge and come into an understanding of what pleases the Heavenly Father. You see, and once I would say, because if you're gonna be a teacher, you're gonna be a teacher. Jeremiah tell you that. Say, before you was formed in your mother's womb, the Lord had already ordained him to be a prophet. You see, and we not any different. We don't believe we any different. Go ahead.
It says in verse 16, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
That's what I'm saying. Making your body a living sacrifice via the foolishness of preaching. Being made a fool for Hamashiach's sake. You see how all these precepts are starting to come together by letting your light shine? You see? Go ahead.
Let's see. Well, you mind if I get the word light in the
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. This is light. Okay, this is the word light in Matthew chapter 5 and 17. Oh, it says light and fire. It says the light, the light emitted. Well, the original light. Well, even the light bulbs we have today, it's a controlled form of fire. But it says because it's like burning. I don't know the material that light bulbs are made of. I'm sure there's different ones, but it's a slow burn basically. It says the light emitted by a lamp. Let me see. Okay. This one looks like it's the right one. Metaphor of I'm reading from B right here, from 2b. metaphor of the truth and its knowledge, together with the spiritual purity associated with it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So people, they may see us, in the world. They we make the example a lot of people that can see that there's something up with us, that there's something about us that makes us glow or special or what a standout or whatever the case is. Well, it's this truth,
Wisdom makes man face to shine.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And it comes out. It comes out in the way that we treat each other. They see that. They also see how we respond to them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, for example, a good waiter or waitress loves us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We know how to act. You know, it's,
Mm-hmm.
it's the way the scripture it's the way the scriptures have groomed us to be in the world. Letting your light shine.
Mm.
You see, you got it.
It says specifically for Matthew 5:16, where it says, "Let your light so shine before men." It says that light here. It says the divine truth with which ye are imbued. You know, so yeah, the divine divine truth, man. So if you're really looking for truth in this life, and divine, what does divine mean? It says I'm just right clicking in here. Divine, discover, godlike, angelic, saintly, or angelic truth, godlike truth, you know. And it said, and to imbue means to bestow something upon. So it's a gift, like the scriptures say.
That's right.
So that was it on that word. And then I think that was it on the precept too. I think it goes into something else. Yeah, we can go into the next precept. I had 1 Peter chapter 2.
Let's get it.
Okay. This is we quoted this one already too. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. It says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him that who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." Okay. So who was that chosen generation, that chosen people in general? Is Israel. Okay, but Peter is addressing the believers of Yahweh Shai, and in the first chapter of this book, or of this letter, he's addressing the believers in Yahweh Shai. So that's that chosen generation out of the nation of Israel, that royal priesthood. Okay, that holy nation, the elect, 144,000. Starting with of course, King David, and the rest of the 144,000. They are the leaders of the holy nation. A peculiar people, and I think peculiar is like special, basically. But the point is, like you mentioned earlier, Zaquan, we were in darkness, and we're supposed to show forth the praises of the. How are we showing forth the praises of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? By going out in these times, by going out in the highways and byways, preaching, proclaiming the truth amongst our people, to wake them up. The term woke, where
right.
That term comes from being enlightened.
That's it. You got to. You have to have an understanding of this word, and you have to present it to the people, man. You see, the whole point of you learning this thing is so you can convert and get John 17. Get John 17. Start like at 17. Yeah, start like at 17. We're gonna read through like 21 or 22.
Okay. 17, and start at verse 17.
Yeah.
Okay, Con. This is St. John chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth."
Right, the light, right? The truth. Mm-hmm. I would say the understanding of this truth. That's the light it's talking about. Go ahead.
It says, verse 18, "As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world.
With that same light, go ahead.
Verse 19, it says, and for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they might also be sanctified through the truth.
Keep going.
Verse 20, it says, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word.
You see, the Lord was praying for the disciples before they even became apostles at this time. But those that believe on their word, that trickled all the way down to me and you, brother. And the brothers and sisters on the comment board and the congregation today.
Man.
You see? That's the same light. It's the same truth. It's the same wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? Finish that up, that 21st verse.
Verse 21, it says that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they may also be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
You see? And that's what I'm saying. And that light is going to shed on enough of the planet to correct it.
Yep.
So the light, like the Apostle Elder Ricard said, the light should stay on once it's on. It has to. It's prophesied to.
Yep.
He said the Lord is, I would say, Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh is the light of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You got it. You go back to what you had.
Yeah, kind of. And one thing that came to mind when I read verse 21, where it says that they all may be one. Hey, that's really the body that Peter talks about, in that same chapter. When you go up, it talks about being a spiritual house and all that stuff.
Right.
Part of the body of Yahweh Shai. But that's not talking about where is it at? That's not this that they all may be one. It's not talking about, everybody that believes on Jesus, man. Okay, it's talking about the Israelites that believe in Yahweh Shai, So, but most people don't believe in Yahweh Shai. They don't believe that that's his name. They don't believe that, he was a melanated man, a so-called Negro. Only our people are really truly capable of even qualifying for this right here. So, going back to 1 Peter chapter 1, and I'll read verse. Well, damn, I think that was actually. I'll read verse 9 again, and then I know you had one in Ephesians. I'll bring that one out too. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 again. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people. And that's a self-esteem booster right there. There's no reason why we should be depressed so much to where, we just thinking of ourselves, lesser than these Edomites and these other nations, man. Because that's what they want you to think, that you're lower than them. Like, no, this should increase our self-esteem enough to know that we are a chosen people, a royal priesthood. That's a blessing. Right. It says that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. And so, hey, that's heavy. That's a heavy thing to realize that this light is marvelous, man. That we were once in darkness. A lot of people don't want to admit that. Read
the next verse.
Yeah, verse 10. It says, which in time past were not a people, but
you see
now,
that? You see how everybody can be the Israelites except us, right? You got the small hats over there. Then you got the so-called Christians saying that you could be a spiritual Israelite. Okay, if you could be a spiritual Israelite, all you gotta do is just believe. Then what's y'all problem with us? Anybody can be an Israelite, right? You can be a spiritual Israelite. We telling you we the bloodline Israelites. You saying we not the bloodline Israelites, and we can't even be a spiritual Israelite. Well, damn. that sounds mighty hateful to me.
Right.
We ain't got no hope. We can't bow down to Christianity or go to hell. That's what you're telling us.
Basically.
That's what I'm saying. And we're going to continue to let the light shine to show the world that that's not true. The light that don't say the light that's shining off of us through the Spirit is exposed in you. You see? You got it.
It says in verse 10, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not. It says, it says, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
That's what I'm saying. They mad because we obtained mercy, bro. Think about that. Yeah. Our light through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh is shining so bright that they feel threatened. What's that, Ezekiel 37 with the dry bones?
Yep.
Get that verse. Well, I think it's around 12 or 13, if I'm not mistaken, where it's talking about how these bones are the house of Israel. And it also says they were afraid when they saw us. That's what I'm saying. When their light shine on roaches, what they do, they scatter.
Okay, yeah, verse 11. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 11. It says, then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore, verse 12, prophesy and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, your power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel.
That's what I'm saying, man. The Lord turned the light on. He turned the light on in our spirit, man. And he raised us from the dead, man. Period, point blank. I think if you go up a few verses, it'll say that the people were afraid when they saw it.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find the. Hold on, you know what? Let's see. Well, I think this is okay. So this is the parable itself, and then this is the breakdown of starting at verse 11. So it might be down, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me see. Or I can see if I can search it. Hold on. People were afraid. Oops. Spelled it wrong. Okay, yeah, I didn't see. I don't know exactly
don't worry
where that was at. Yeah, but
don't worry
I know
somebody might be able to somebody can put on the comment board if there's somebody available.
Yeah, it reminds me of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 as well. But let me see. Okay, so yeah, that was. I mean, you may still read some more on this. I was at verse verse 12.
Read a little bit.
Okay, Khan. I'll read verse 12 again. Ezekiel 37 and 12. It says, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, your power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. Verse 13, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And it says in verse 14, and shall put my spirit in you, and you shall live. And I shall place you.
That's what's happening now. You see? And the world's getting shaken up by it. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind. It says, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall you know that I, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, have spoken it and performed it, saith Yahweh. Yeah,
okay.
So that's, yeah. The brother Malak posted Revelation 11.
When you read that chapter, it goes from us rising up, and by the end of it, we in the kingdom. All right, we go on to the next one.
Okay.
Man, really
I was going to ask you, was Revelation 11 what you were looking for, where it says, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them?
We can get that. Yeah, we can get that. No. Ezekiel 37. I would say I'll find it.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere down in the chapter. Well, the next, or the one you had called for was Ephesians 9. Ephesians 6 and not 9. Yeah, verse 10. I think it was 10. Let me see. Yeah, Ephesians 6 and 10.
Yeah, pull that.
Okay. All right. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil."
That's what I'm saying. That's what, by letting your light shine, you pretty much dressing up for war. You know what I'm saying? You putting on the whole armor of the Most High. You see, getting ready for what's to come. You need that light. That's what I'm saying. When you getting dressed in the morning, you got the light on. When you getting dressed for battle, you got the light on. Look at any war movie where the star is getting ready for battle. You see? Go ahead.
Con. It says in verse 12, actually, verse 11 again, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Verse 12, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities,
You
against
see? That's what I'm
powers."
saying. We also we dealing with the spirits. We dealing with the spiritual aspect of everything. Instead of that person that's across from you that's making you want to punch them in their face, instead of you punching them in their face, you deal with the spirit that's in that person. You see? And that way you're able to get out of these situations. Hence, letting your light shine. You're able to diffuse situations before they can get out of hand. You see? It's just that simple.
Con.
We got I would say we have our armor on all the time. I don't physically have on a helmet and a shield and all that right now, but the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding via letting my light shine shows you that I'm suited and booted in the spirit. You see, the apostles and elders and all the brothers, man, we got our armor on constantly, man. Go ahead.
Con. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
That's what I'm saying. We ain't dealing with Joe six pack, man. No. We're dealing with high level demons, man. That's on people. You know what I'm saying? Just like the spirit of the Lord is on us. It's the same thing with them. The left hand side got they pray to the demons just like we pray to the Lord. It's the same concept. They letting their light shine. They call themselves the illuminated ones.
Yeah.
It's two sides to this coin, man. It was only two nations that were promised the fatness of the earth. That's Jacob and Esau. Right?
That's right. Yep.
All right,
That's
go
right.
ahead.
It says in verse 13, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, having done all to stand." Yep.
You
So
got I
that
was like,
whole so that whole armor of the Salaki.
no, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, kind. It said so that whole armor of the Most High, like the elder was saying, man. Well, it goes into each individual part, as you read down. But when you have all of those, pieces of armor, spiritually, all of those qualities, of a spiritual man, and you walk your daily life, you walk with those qualities. You pretty much are protected against a lot of these spiritual attacks. That a lot of people are losing right now. A lot of people are falling victim to the flesh, to the lust of the flesh on a daily. Whereas we're fighting that good fight of faith to keep ourselves, to the best of our ability, separated and sanctified from the evilness from the evilness that is really just permeating our everyday lives. And so, that's really a build up to withstand, like it says, that evil day, having done all to stand, that hour of temptation, when in Revelation 12:12 Esau come down with his great wrath. Okay, we already know that he gonna come hard. What is that? Second Ezra 16:70. We already know that he's gonna persecute the believers and throw, try to put some of us to death and all these various different things. Okay, but we're not gonna fold in that hour where most people, when they don't have that spiritual armor, they would fold. Well, we have been practicing for this. We've been preparing for what's to come. That's that having done all to stand. So the last scripture that I had, and I know you also wanted 1 Timothy 6.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that I had is Proverbs 4. And so, real quick, so just a quick one. It's Proverbs 4:18. It says, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day." Okay, and that shining light, well, it's a metaphor in this verse. The path of the just is as the shining light. And when in the country and it's not very much light, you might have some street lights. You can walk that path for miles and you feel like you at least know where you're going,
That's
because the
right.
whole world, yeah. hmm Yeah, because most people that walk around, they're in darkness, man. They don't have light. So we're like the lone lighthouses basically of the earth. Like the rest of the people out here, they don't have no light. You know,
At all.
yeah. So I mean, we like the brothers that's in the faith, and then the believers. We're like the only ones that have that light. So around us is darkness. So it's not like it's just light everywhere. No, it's all darkness. So
Okay,
that's why I said the path.
we started out. We started out with Isaiah 8:20. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's just like when you watch the shows on what's like if you watch CSI and all these shows where they doing all these investigations, they'll turn all the lights off in the room and just have a flashlight just so they can focus on each particular inch of the room. You know what I'm saying? They'll turn all the lights off to make sure they don't miss nothing. So they searching that room with that light. You see?
Mhm.
The scripture talk about the
Con,
Lord searching Jerusalem with candles, man. You see?
con,
You got it.
con. Yeah, it says that light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. See, the scriptures have always pointed towards salvation. They've always pointed towards the kingdom of heaven. You know, but Jake thinks that, I don't know if some Israelite camps think that we are in the perfect day or something like that. But this ain't the perfect day, man. Okay, the perfect day, the complete day, the day of the coming of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. That is that perfect day. Okay, and that's what we look forward to. Where hastening is coming. You know,
God.
and so that's really just the one that I had, and then I can pull that one in First Timothy if you want.
All right.
Okay, this is let me see here. Hold on. Let me double check and make sure it was verse 19. I'm pretty sure it was verse 19 you wanted. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, verse 20. Okay, so this is First Timothy chapter 6, verses 20 and 21. It says, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called."
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Now, matter of fact, a good example of that, the video with the beloved brothers in Boston, and the guy that came up to them before camp. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much coming with the wisdom of the world versus the wisdom of the scriptures. Now he was using scriptures, but he just didn't have a thorough understanding the way the brothers did. You see what I'm saying? So their light outshined his because he was zealous in the attempt to, I want to build in the scriptures with these brothers, but he was already of the mindset of opposition coming up. You see what I'm saying? And it was based off what he was taught versus what we were taught. And our light through the spirit outshined his because he had to regroup. We'll say we can go all day. He even tried to pull the y'all jumping me card. Bro, you came by yourself. You knew where you was going. Oh man, it's a whole bunch of y'all. It was a whole bunch of y'all when you watched all them videos, when you decided to put your scriptures together too. Didn't nothing change just because you walked up. You walked into the lion's den that already had lions in there. And was surprised when you saw lions. But that's what I'm saying. When them brothers let their light shine, he eventually saw it a little bit to the point to where he had to shut it down. The
Con.
light, I would say, the
Yep.
light, I would say, the light of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to darkness and light can't live in the same room at the same time. You cannot have dark and light in the room at the same time. One of them got to go.
God,
You got it,
that's true. God, he was coming with that black light, Zaquan. The
man.
black light bulb. you know, he was only seeing purple. We got the whole color
Man,
spectrum.
That's what I'm saying. And that his black light shows some hidden stuff that ain't real. Yeah. You know how you can see stuff under the black light that you can't normally see? Yeah. I was
Yep.
saying yeah. He caught a fade. Yeah, he caught a
God.
fade in the black light.
I'm gonna read verse 20 again. It says, 1 Timothy 6:20, O Timothy, that which is committed to thy trust, avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, which some
Get that word avoiding.
okay.
Let's get that word avoiding, because that's what them brothers did. Let's see what the definition say. But they avoided his vain babblings by shining their light.
All right, that word avoiding is Strong's G1624. Let's see, it says ektrapo, to turn aside, to turn out of the way. Let me see here. To turn aside, to turn away from. Here we go. Yeah, to turn away from. Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah.
Turn away from.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Yep. It says to shun a thing, to avoid meeting or associating with one.
You see that? You see that? I would say they were able to turn his doctrine aside because it's not true. Now, according to our understanding, according to our belief, that's not true. You see, he was completely against what the scriptures was actually saying, thinking that he was correct, and they shunned his vain babbling. No, that's not what they're talking about. It's talking about Israel. Yeah, I know they came from Pamphylia, but it's talking about Israel. I know they came from. Get Acts 2. Get Acts 2 where it's going all the places we were scattered amongst.
Oh, yeah, I got you. The beginning.
Yeah, get that real quick. Get that real quick. Because that's what I'm saying. When you saying all people can be saved, no. All the Israelites that are scattered amongst those people can be saved. You know what I'm saying? And not all on the same trip. You see, all the heathen, I would say all the Israelites that were scattered amongst the heathen ain't gonna get beamed up. Some of it's 2/3. You know, go ahead.
Okay. This is Acts chapter 2 and verse 8. Acts 2 and 8. It says, "And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born, Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia in Egypt, and the parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High."
That's what I'm saying. So in all those different countries, you had Israelites that understood what was being said by the apostles, and they were believing it and being converted, and they were taking those words, that same light, and they were taking it back to those respective countries and raising up camps.
Yep.
That's what was happening. It ain't no different. I would say it ain't no different than having us here in Texas. You got the apostles in New York. You got the brothers in Chicago. You got the brothers in LA. You see? You got the brothers in Missouri. That's what I'm saying. These are all different states, right? And at one point in time, you would have a bunch of us from different states meet up in New York with the apostles. It's the same concept. And then we would come back to Dallas. We would come back to Chicago. We would come back to LA. We would come back to Missouri. And we would preach. Right? Yeah. Is that not what happened to you? I know. Because it's what happened to me. That's what happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what happened to Wamba. That's what happened to Ariana. Right?
Yep. That's your part.
Light shining like a mother through the spirit. You got it, bro.
Yep.
That was all I wanted on that.
Yeah, Con. Okay, cool. So so the last we're going into that word deflect or to avoid. Oh yeah, avoid. So let's go back to that 1 Timothy.
Yeah.
Or did you want more? Okay, yeah.
That was it on the board.
Okay, cool. So let's read verse 20 again. It says 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee. The water to water.
That's what I'm saying. The Most High will also put your light out. You know what I'm saying? Or say the Most High can give you light, and He can put your light out. You got a lot of people that come in and they leave the faith.
Yep.
You got a whole lot of apostasy going on. You know, meaning people that leave the faith and falling out and all that type of stuff, man.
Yep.
And you got plenty of precepts on that. You got plenty of dudes that don't return to their own vomit.
Yep.
Because their light was put out.
Okay.
You see?
Yep.
You got anything else?
Yeah, and then the Most High take away their life, their physical light, you know, so to speak. Because after you come into the truth, you know, and you cast it off, you couldn't handle it. So whatever the case may be, you know, and you just go back into the world, like the elder said, you know, your own vomit, man. What good does the Most High have? What use, you know, does the Most High have for a person like that? You know, people don't realize, you know, if they put their hand to the plow, this is the purpose of their life, is to do the work of the Most High. So it's a serious thing to put, you know, to be blessed with the marvelous light. But you know, you got it, the coin. That's all I had.
Hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. You know what I'm saying? We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Ark and teaching about the mind while mop. That's sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.